This video is sponsored by Path Health Studio, 50% offer on spa and salon.
VCare presents Behind the Gold Mike Music Awards.
Hi, my name is Justin Skinner here in Warner Brothers Studio in beautiful Los Angeles, California. I was one of the sports coordinator for the movie Biggle.
What was Atlee's vision when he approached you for Biggle?
I'll never forget when we first sat down with Atlee. Our job is to make the sports action come to life and help the director tell the story. And he says, I want it to empower women, not just on the field, but off the field. And as soon as he said that, we're all in. Amy and myself already knew the direction we wanted to go with the women and showing not how powerful they are as athletes, but also as just women on and off the field. And he also wanted to show the relationship between VJ, the coach, and the players, and how he learned from them and they learned from him as well.
What is the biggest challenge in choreographing a sports sequence with actors who don't play the sport?
I think the biggest challenge is obviously the physical part and trying to get them to pick up the drills and the moves and just to look like an athlete. But equally important is the mental aspect, the presence to look like a professional soccer player, a professional footballer, to have that just the aura on the field that goes, wow, that's an athlete. So it was both mental and physical. We wanted them to pick up all the moves, but we also wanted them to look like an athlete, just the way they stood. From every little detail, to the most minor thing that an athlete would do, we wanted them to try to pick that up. And that can be challenging, but once they picked up the mental aspect of it, getting them to do the moves and the plays was a lot easier.
Sports choreography, especially in a film like Biggle where football plays a major part, do you have to coordinate with the stunt department for the risky moves? How does that work?
We work very closely with the stunt department every day. It was such an action-packed, all of our soccer were big hits, there was big falls, we were using wires. So I'm also a stunt coordinator here in Los Angeles, so I know the importance of working with the stunt department to make everybody safe, make the actors safe. And the stunt master did such a good job of communicating with us, of saying what he needed. And I think hopefully we did a great job of communicating with him and saying, hey, we need pads here. I was testing the wires, so the stunt department and the football department had to come together to ensure the safety of everybody, but also make the plays look dynamic. And I think that we did a great job doing that.
How long did it take to train the actors to play like skilled footballers? How many hours per day did the actors get trained?
So we came to India for the first 2 weeks in Chennai. It was strictly there to rehearse and to work with the actors. They had already been working for a month or two before that, so we knew that they were putting in the time. So we were there for 2 weeks. We would rehearse the plays that we designed, and then we would go back, and the actors wanted to do more. So we worked with them on practicing. So they were on the field for hours at a time every day. They were sore, they were beat up, they were just working so hard to look the part, and they did a great job.
How was the training for VJ like? Was he a quick learner? How did he perform while shooting?
VJ, it was unbelievable. We didn't get to work with him as much as we had liked, like as much as with some of the female actors, because he was working every day and shooting. But when we had him on the day, he would say, okay, what play do you want me to do? And he would try it, and then he would try it again. And before you knew it, he was ready to shoot. We could not believe how quickly he picked it up. And we had some complicated moves that we weren't sure that he'd be able to do because he'd never played soccer before. But within 15 to 20 minutes, he was ready. We would work with him, and I've never seen anything like it. It made our job a lot easier to see how quickly he was able to pick everything up.
What are the skills that VJ has mastered during the process?
Well, like I said before, we wanted him to have the presence of a great soccer player, the presence of a great coach. He's such a great actor that was not a problem, but we threw a lot at him physically. A lot of fancy moves, a lot of different things that you work your whole life to try to do. For example, we had him do a rainbow, which is when a defender comes at you, he flicks the ball over his head and goes past him. And he was able to pick that up. He's such a perfectionist that he continued to work until he got it right.
Any lighthearted moments that you could recall during the shoot, or was it all serious?
We were shooting in probably the hottest time of the year, so it was very intense, hard-working, long days. But Atlee did such a great job of making us feel still we're having fun. We're out here having fun. We're doing what we love. One particular instance I remember was we were filming the opening sequence for one of the main games, and he brought like a band of drums out, and they were just playing, and we were just getting back from lunch, and next thing you know, the actors were dancing, and then the cast was dancing, and some of the crew was dancing, and then they threw me out, and I was dancing. And I just remember going, this is amazing, coming from a different culture in America and getting to see some of the authentic dances from Chennai, and just everybody having fun, everybody laughing and smiling. And I just remember going, wow, this is going to be a fun project.
Sports film in such a grand scale is something new to Tamil cinema. What can the audience expect in terms of the sports sequences?
Well, we learned that the Chennai audience and the Tamil audience loves action. So we wanted every play, no matter how small, to have that spark. So I think each sports sequence, you're going to go, wow, what's happening? This play leads to this play, into a goal, into a stunt. And sometimes Atlee would come up, we'd do a play and we'd write it, and Atlee would come up and go, Justin, just a little bit. And I knew exactly what he meant, which was a little more exciting. So we came together, we're like, all right, what if we did this and made it look like that? And he's like, yes, perfect. So it was just a lot of back and forth between Atlee and Amy and myself of really saying, all right, what's gonna be exciting? What's gonna be explosive and dynamic? So when we found that, it was really fun to for each play to be super exciting, and I think the audience is gonna love it.
You're bonding with the Biggle team?
When you're on a movie for 3 months, you feel like you have a coach-player relationship, and that's kind of how I felt with a lot of the ladies. They were so hardworking, so respectful, and they were so talented. And they just, it was such, I could see them a year from now and just go hug them and just kind of like nothing would ever have changed, because we became really good friends, and I'll remember them forever. They were awesome.
Do you remember your last day of shoot in Biggle sets?
Last day of shooting, I will never forget, because we had the stadium that they had built for one more day, so we had to get everything in. We were on set for a long time that day, but I was trying to savor every moment because I knew we were about to be done, and it was kind of bittersweet because I was looking forward to going home. I'd been away from home for a long time, but I knew I was going to miss everybody that I'd become such good friends with, and we've done so many cool stuff. So I remember it well, and it was definitely bittersweet and a little bit sad.
Is Atlee and VJ happy with the way the football sequences has turned out? What did they tell you?
It's the biggest compliment in the world as a coordinator when the director comes up and is like, yes. I remember we would be at monitors watching the plays, and Atlee would just be like, yeah, and just from that, you don't even have to ask. You could tell that he loved what he saw. VJ at the end, when we were done with the football aspect, he came up to me and he says, Justin, I just want to thank you so much for all your hard work, for helping this movie look real and so great, and thank you for your work with me, and for me to have a star like VJ to come and really appreciate what we did as athletes and as soccer and football coordinators meant a lot. So I feel like they were very happy with the action, with the football action, and I know we were, for sure.
Can we get to see a glimpse of the football sequence in trailer, which is set to release on October 12th?
Yes, I think there's so much action in this movie, and there's such a great story that, and the football plays such a major part of this movie that there will definitely be some glimpses of the football and a lot of the action that we had, and I'm excited for the audience to see what we've done.
Where are you going to watch the film?
I would like to get back to India, come back to Chennai, and get the whole team together, and hopefully watch it at a local theater there.
This video is sponsored by Path Health Studio, 50% offer on spa and salon.